Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play stream where 6 of my friends here play in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and they're brave enough to step in that muck and mire. Welcome. Thank you, I've got it for the Pikachu. So good to see you as always.
Yay, Pikachu!
Big shout out retroactively to Dorktales, who gave us a shout out in their stream when we rated them last week, and to Solid 10 D&D, who gave us a follow as a result of that raid. So thank you, Solid 10. Thank you, Dorktales. Well, what a fun time to jump back in. We are international tonight. We have 2 players joining us from Edinburgh. So it's going to be a late night for them. Sorry about it, but thank you for being here. I've greatly appreciated it. I'm sure we all do. There you go, Jeff. We probably just got like a strike. I don't know how these things work. But anyway, let's go around and introduce yourself and your character. Oh no, Jeff's name tag is out of sync. That sucks. Oh well.
Oh no, he's coming back. He's coming back.
He's still here, I promise.
No. It's not that. It's the like scroll thing on the layout.
Oh.
Sometimes when OBS starts, like not the slideshows don't start, and I didn't check it, so like I'd have to restart OBS to get it to do it, which we're not going to do. So
great. They're all kind of all over the place. Some of them were seeing names, and some of them were seeing.
I know, that's the thing. Yeah. They're the bottom 2 on the stacks, which would be Tanner and Jeff. They like delay in their startup for some reason sometimes, so they're like a slide behind, which is super annoying.
Fair.
But hey, we'll just have to kind of go with it and make deal with it. Everybody will understand. I'm sure everyone will be just. I am calling the program buggy is what I am doing. I've got it, but thank you. All right, so let's go around. Everybody introduce yourself and your character real quick, and then we'll get right into last time on Nuuli Forged. Let's start at the top of the stack with Sarah.
All right, I'm at the beginning of this round. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I am playing Endra Grandspark, the halfling wizard.
Glorious.
And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Corvus, the rogue.
Wonderful.
That's all I have to say.
And Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Lunine, the Hexblood fighter.
Glorious. And Amber.
Hello. I'm Amber. I am playing Ozo, the monk.
Mike.
My name is Mike, and I am Renato Solangel, half-elf Bard Locke.
Glorious.
The third.
And Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff, playing a Selenar, a full elf druid.
Wonderful. Thank you all very much. And I am Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6 player characters. And with that, let's dive right into last time on Nuuli Forged. Last time on Nuuli Forged, our heroes recovered from their first battle as a group, and Corvus got some aid in the disposal of bodies from his guild. Later that evening, their ship, the Moss-Eaten Mold, was seen putting into harbor. The group made way to the docks and loaded their shipment of rugs onto the strange lichen-covered green ship, meeting the captain and his officers. The captain, a furbolg named Kevin Saltcrust, seemed to have quite a zest for life and a fancy French accent, or a bad French accent. I don't want to offend anybody, and eager to go as the winds called him. His first mate, a fire genasi named Trox, appeared capable and dutiful. Their bosun, a human man named Kinnear, the weaponeer, a human woman named Fira, and the quartermaster, an ancient halfling woman named Lulu. Waiting for the morning tide and setting sail the next morning, the group sailed safely towards the boiling strait without too much worry for the first week or so. Now, the boiling strait and the dangerous area set between the dangerous area set between the east and west continent, just south of the arid expanse. While sailing these boiling waters, the winds died down, leaving the ship immobile for 2 days, until they blessedly returned. However, this seemed to be long enough for the denizens of the area to take notice of the ship's passing. And in the middle of the night, a band of shark folk, Sahuagin, boarded the ship and attacked. This awakened the party, and as the alarm was sounded, they burst onto the scene, and a melee was erupting over the ship. 2 massive creatures climbed on to the ship, up over the rails. 2 10-foot tall, long, sharkin crabs. Horrible monstrosities with the lower bodies of crabs and the giant head of a shark that seems to be quite able to bite and claw and grip at people. These horrifying mixes of giant crab and shark, crew members, when they joined, the crew members began to go down, and Ozo is caught in the middle, or caught in the claws of a shark and crab at the moment, with Renata having successfully caught all of these 2 monsters in a fairy fire spell, lighting them up and making them easier to hit for his allies. Which is good, because anyone who doesn't have dark vision was having a hard time as it was. So we return to the battlefield aboard the deck of the Moss-Eaten Mold first thing. But first, above all, I'm going to need Renata to click his token and roll initiative.
Me?
Sorry, Jeff. Selenar.
I was so
Selenar.
confused.
See, I'm doing it again already. I'm sorry about it.
No one knows anyone's names.
Selenar, go ahead, click your token. And then on D&D
so
Beyond,
confused.
roll initiative. And it should push it through. Do.
There he is.
Wonderful. Love it.
He springs awake in his bunk and hits his head on the ceiling.
Indeed. He absolutely does.
Falls off the top bunk.
Okay, so on your turn, you will rush out. You'll have like about 10 feet of movement left by the time you get out the door. All right, well, let's bring you all over. And let's begin the battle anew at the top of the initiative order. Where is it? There it is. With Corvus.
Jeff needs to have his, unless he's not on top of the ship yet, he can't see the
He is not on top of the ship yet. On your turn, you will emerge onto the battle map.
Just making sure.
Great. I was just like,
Yep.
my screen is like rectangle.
Yeah, no worries.
Fancy Roll20 stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
Not
Corvus.
confusing at all.
So you are currently hidden from view, so any like sniper shots you make will be at advantage. Or, well, it would have been a straight shot because you don't have dark vision, right?
I don't have dark vision, and I'm far enough away where it would be dim, right?
Yeah,
Except
well,
for
luckily,
the-
the 2 big shark
There's
and
fairy
crab
fire.
are currently fairy
Are
fire.
glowing.
Great. I'm going to go for the one that is currently holding my friend Ozo.
Yeah. It's this guy right here.
This is a short bow attack. I
That
guess
will
I could roll
absolutely
twice,
hit.
but I-
Roll twice, see if you crit.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah, always go for the roll.
I did not.
No.
Okay, well, the 22 will do it for 12 beautiful damage. Yeah, that one right through one of the eyes, and the shark roars, which is a weird noise to come out of a shark, but it does, especially above water.
He doesn't make the crusty Mr. Krabs sound.
No, he's like, "Rawr!" Like if Jaws was a
What's wrong,
screamer.
boy?
It's very weird.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm just going to take a quick moment around because I have a vantage point of the battlefield. Is there anything? I mean, pretty much everybody's mixed up with everything, right? And the shark
yes.
has Ozo grappled.
The shark and crab indeed does have Ozo grappled. But you take a look at this creature, and it's looking pretty rough right at the moment after your well-placed shot.
I'm just going to yell out that we focus fire on that shark man crab bear pig.
Fair enough. Shark man bear pig.
Action. I'm going to bonus action high.
Wonderful. All right.
Another stealth check, or
do you want to try to hide again?
yes?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, because when you attack, you break your stealth. 17. All right. Yeah, you are ducking back down behind the ballista, and you're crouching down. You kind of lose sight on the battlefield when you're hiding a little bit, but you can still hear the melee and kind of see the lights.
Is it one of those? Are there like bars on that part of it? So I'm not really hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
I can like peek between the thing.
Yeah, but because you're dressed in dark colors and it's dark out, so it's all helping you. Next up, we have Ozo. You are currently grappled by this horrible shark and crab.
It's fine. I can still, headbutt it and punch it.
Definitely.
That's so punk rock.
I think you still have Bardic Inspiration that I gave you from last session.
That is correct.
Well,
Cool.
As a heads up.
Do I crit? Yeah, because grappling doesn't impact.
Nope, no disadvantage or
attacking
anything.
it.
So yeah, that is a full-on crit.
Great.
Woohoo!
Well, there's the damage. And then I'm going to do it again.
No need, because you punch that shark and crab right on the top of the nose, actually what you do is you punch the arrow from Corvus and drive it into the shark and crab's little old brain, and it shivers and screams and like falls down dead on the ground. It's now just a big thing that's in the way.
Beautiful.
Difficult
on the
it has become.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
I'll just turn around and punch this fishy dude.
Yeah, go for it.
And yeah. Oh, that's not what I want to click. That is 13.
13 will hit for 4 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, he's looking rough.
That's exciting. I'm also looking rough.
Good to know. All right. Andra, you are... actually, no, Kinnear is up next. Sorry about that. Kinnear, over at the ship's helm, has 2 daggers left. So he's going to try to winnow down the enemies here and launch at the 2 that are attacking his people. He's going to launch at this one right in the middle here. Both hit, and he kills this guy in the middle.
Great.
Okay.
Which is great.
Knocking them down.
Yeah. He crit on one of them, so like one gets the thing in the shoulder, the other one right between the eyes. He is now out of daggers, however.
Bummer.
Andra, that brings us to you.
Yeah, that's me. I'm going to... This seems to be working really better than anything else, so I'm going to chill touch the remaining shark and crab.
Yeah, go for it.
For 14.
A 14 does not hit, unfortunately.
Boo!
It is a hearty exoskeleton crab.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn?
I have 0 useful bonus actions, so I'm just going to stay right there.
All right. And then I believe Lunine is concentrating on Hex, right? Great. Thanks. All right, Selenar, you wake up from your trance, having been on the ocean. It's been kind of a nice new form of water for you to kind of dive into. No pun intended. And so you burst out of your cabin, come rushing out, and find yourself
In the middle
here.
of a dead body.
Well, not quite, but like you see
Not
a
quite.
horrible looking thing right here. A fair number of unconscious crew folk. And some shark people looking things. And another giant, horrible, unnatural thing. So Selenar, you have 10 feet of movement left. What would you like to do?
I'm sorry. Which are the bad guys on? Oh my god.
The ones that look like fish.
That was my bad.
Yeah, these shark guys are the baddies,
Yeah.
and this guy is
So I'm gonna have
the
to move
baddie.
through a friendly square, right? Is that a thing in 5th edition that I can just do?
Yeah, you can move through an allied square, but you can't rest in one. Like you can't stop in one.
And I have 10 feet, you said?
Yeah, I'll give you 10 feet of movement. So you could get to like here.
Yeah, that's. I mean, is diagonal considered one square in 5th edition?
Yep.
Great. So I'll just move here and I will stab
No, that's a friend.
no one.
If you have like a cantrip you want to try or a spell you want to
Is
cast,
anyone looking particularly.
make a quick medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, make a medicine check as you look around. With a 19, you can tell that your halfling ally Ozo is very, very hurt, and is right next to you as it stands right now.
On the deck, or is she?
Yep, she's right here.
Yeah.
She's right next to you.
She's the thing with the bird face.
They are.
Okay, great.
They are the big thing with the bird face. Beg your pardon.
Then I will cast Cure Wounds, which is a touch spell, so I just wanted to make sure I was within touch radius.
Absolutely.
Yay!
For 7 healing damage.
Oh, good morning. I mean, it's not morning, but hi, Selenar.
Hello. You look busy.
Yeah. That thing was squeezing pretty hard.
Wonderful. Anything else, Selenar? Bonus action?
You can only cast one spell on a turn, right?
True story.
One spell slot per turn. If you had a bonus action cantrip, you could cast that. But I don't think you do.
I don't think I do either. I have Healing Word, but that's a spell,
yeah.
so
Yep.
that's the turn.
Okay, wonderful. Next up, we have our crew here. This guy next to you is going to attempt to take out this shark person, but will miss. Same thing with the other guy, trying to get the one in between them. Miss. This guy's unconscious. This other one is engaged with the sharkin crab. Oh, he does not fare well at all. He attracts the ire of the sharkin crab.
Oh no.
And this other guy up here with Kinnear on the aft deck is going to try to shoot his crossbow at the thing. And it, ting, bounces off one of the armored legs. The sailors were not too helpful in that round.
Telling the stormtroopers.
No, they've been pretty good up until that moment. Wonderful. Okay, so next, pushing their way or his way up from the deck through the corpse of the fallen sharken crab and kind of clambering out onto the deck is a familiar you've seen before. It is the half-elfin man with blue hair and no shirt, kind of wearing like a skirt kilt thing, very like Hawaiian looking. It is Temper. So Temper pops up, and Temper
Temper looks like an anime creature.
Temper is very relaxed and chill as Lunine can attest. Temper is going to look over at the fallen ally at the foot of the sharken crab over here, and he's going to cast some Cure Wounds. You notice that he kind of creates a stream of water from a little gourd on his side and infuses the water and sends it out to his sailing companion and heals him up. Heals him up a lot, actually.
Yay!
Nice. This one?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so he is now no longer unconscious, but is prone. And that is what Temper does. Next up, we've got some Sahuagin, our shark friends here. They're going to continue attacking the gentleman in between them. So they're going to attack once with their spear. That is a hit on this poor man. And then reaches out to bite at him and sends him down to the ground, unfortunately.
Boo.
The other one is going to climb over the unconscious form and bite towards that guy. Oh, that's a natural 20. He just the guy's so invested with the sharking crab, stabbing at him with a scimitar, that the Sahuagin manages to sneak right in and bite him right on the neck with a natural 20. And then tries to stab him with his spear, which does succeed and renders this poor sailor also unconscious.
No.
But that is all the Sahuagin. Next up, we have the Sharken crab. Oof. The Sharken crab is going to squeeze its way and just kind of clamber up over the stairs and kind of head towards this thing that's been shooting it with boats or with crossbow bolts, and clap clap, 2 claw strikes. That is a success both times. He pretty much just reaches out and picks up the guy and squeezes him, and you can hear snapping and cracking as the guy's rib cage is kind of crushed and he goes unconscious.
Ouch.
And the sharken crab drops him to the ground. Lunine, we're up to you. Renata, you're on deck.
Thank you.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action, pass the hex onto the other shark and crab.
Absolutely.
And then run over the shark and crab body.
Yep.
15.
It's
Stab shark and crab.
yeah, because of the size and the confined space, it is difficult terrain, but you still should have enough movement to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
I only used half.
Yeah.
Stab.
Stab away.
Stab. Stab. Stabbity stab.
16.
16. You try to find a weak spot. But you have advantage because it's fairy fired.
Oh. I rolled a 16, so 22.
Yes, a 22. For a second, it looks like you're going to miss, but then you like twist your blade at the right moment and jam it into a weak spot in the exoskeleton. Go ahead, roll damage.
7 stab damage.
Yeah. And your hex.
6 necrotic.
Woo. Powerful. Yeah, this guy's starting to look bad. Anything else on your turn?
No.
All right. Renata, your fairy fire has changed the tide of this battle. What would you like to do?
I think I still want to focus on this guy here. So, I will fire off an Eldritch Blast at it.
Yeah. A 20 will hit for 8 force damage. So this star-circled musical note flies out from your strumming and blasts it for 8 points of force damage. Very nice. Anything else on your turn that you would like to do, Renata?
I think... Can I do a quick medicine check?
Yeah, go for it. Are you trained or not?
I am not trained.
Okay. Go for it.
But I do have a healing spell, so I just want to see if anyone needs a heal. So 11.
There's a couple of the crew members that are like on the ground and in dire straits that you figure are probably pretty messed up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will take a step back here. And that is my turn.
Okay, great. Which is fantastic because the next thing that happens, also climbing up out from the bottom of the deck, a human woman you have all come to know as the weaponeer on the ship. You see Fira has joined the fray as well.
Fira has entered the chat.
Yeah, Fira.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And
Cool.
her tome buoy is floating beside her as usual.
That one's floating book.
Yeah, she's got a floating book. She looks towards, at a quick glance, sees the big scary thing and sends a burst of arcane energy. This roiling blue wave appears in her hands and just pushes out, and it looks like when you like shoot a torpedo through water, just blasting right towards the creature. Unfortunately, it blasts off the end of the exoskeleton to little effect. Immediately after that,
Advantage?
yes, she
Oh
did.
damn, Fira.
Yeah, it was rough. You know, it was everything she could to get past the dead one, and then she was like, "Oh, there's another one." It looked like it was a good shot. It just wasn't powerful enough. Next up, the thing that we see here, Corvus, you are on deck. As emerging from his cabin in the aft of the ship, we see Captain Kevin Saltcrust emerge.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Not bad.
He emerges,
So low.
and he's kind of underneath the shark and crab at the moment. But he sees what's going on, so he's just going to stab up at it.
To get sneak attack?
You don't know. But he's got a long. It's status longsword, but it's a cutlass that has this like shimmering blue blade. But it is a bad roll for him. He
Darn.
did not get it.
He is probably sorry he got out of bed.
Yeah, even with advantage, it's a 9. So he like fires his hand crossbow instead at this guy over here, kind of doing a like stab and fire motion, which unfortunately is a miss. It's obvious he just like jumped out of bed. He does not have his armor on. It's like he is shirtless. So you see like his blue furred body has like scars across it. But yeah,
Oh, that's right. He's a furbolg, isn't he?
he is a
Did he
furbolg.
miss his cutlass even though it was very fired? Did he get advantage?
Yeah, he rolled a 7 and a 9.
Oh no.
Yeah, he did not do too well on this one. But Corvus, we are back to the top with you.
Amazing. I'm sorry. I would like to pop out and shoot the remaining shark crab.
Shark and crab. Go for it.
Roll twice.
18 will hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
Amazing. Thank God for fairy fire.
Yeah. It's a game changer.
It's, measly 9.
All right, that's 9 points of damage. Excellent. Anything else on your turn, Corvus?
I don't really think I should move, so I'm just going to bonus action hide again. I'm like a fighter with an extra bonus action, huh?
Great.
Yes.
All right, Ozo, we go to you.
Great.
Mm.
Ozo is going to move toward the shark and crab, but you know how when you're moving through a crowd,
So
and
you do.
like,
So you do still
gently
have an enemy
touch-
next to you, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And you move through a crowd and you like touch people to like just slide past them, and you're just like, oh, touch the small of this person's back, touch this person's shoulder. So I'm purposely moving very closely through all of these people, and Ozo is just like, let me just slide along you, and I'll slide along you because I'm so little, sliding through everyone to get to the shark and crab.
Cool. So the Sahugan is going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Great.
He's going to jab at you with his spear. That's an 18 to hit
That hits.
for 2 piercing damage.
Oh, that's so mean.
Yeah. He just like hisses at you and stabs.
They're kind
Just
of mean.
And I'm like, bye.
yeah. Just grazes your back of your shoulder.
Great. Yep, I've now passed too closely into the personal space of everyone in order to get to the shark and crab, and I will attack the shark and crab.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, can I see it?
Natural
Hey.
20
Yeah.
again.
Nice.
Great. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm
Yeah.
going to use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay. A
That is a
19.
19.
A 19 hits for another 5 damage.
Great. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna add my d6 of inspiration.
To the attack roll.
Because I'm to the attack roll nervous. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 hits.
Yes.
So Ozo,
thing.
you, pardon me, your way through the crowd. What does it look like when you kill the second sharken crab?
I like to think that I am slinking through everyone, and then I do a nice spinny low kick, knock out one of the crabby legs. As it's falling forward, I do a lovely kidney punch, and then I do a lovely headbutt right up into its chin.
Glorious.
That is wild.
And so the sharken crab legs out, its body just shivers and quivers and is like leaking viscous blood-like substances.
Ew.
Salt Crust kind of like jumps back a little, like, wonderful. Anything else on your turn?
Hello.
Right.
5, 10, 15. I will then move over. No.
Okay. Kinnear uses his free action to grab a piece of rope and latch it to the wheel so the helm doesn't spin. As his object interaction, and then rushes down, drawing a sword to attack this guy with a scimitar. And easily cuts him down
Yay!
in one stroke. And this thing's body, like, is now laying over the mangonel. Andra.
Hey, well, there's one bad guy left, so I'm gonna reach out and try to grab his soul.
Go for it.
I'm saving that one for last, huh?
22 will hit. Go ahead. Roll chill touch damage.
Well, it didn't roll. There it goes. Oh, jeez. Do a whopping 3 necrotic damage to that thing.
Yeah, it like pulls some of its life essence out, and it looks really, really rough. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Selenar. One enemy remains.
I don't know if you can see.
But there's
There's something blocking his.
I don't know why, but there's a token on my screen.
Got a red X on
Or
Selenar.
whatever.
Yeah.
Selenar is marked
Nice.
dead. Oh, there we go.
Oh no, something else attacked.
God has said you are dead. I'll just move into this spot and stab him with a spear, I suppose.
Yeah, go for it.
Stabbity stabbity.
Unfortunately, a 9 will
Yeah.
miss. He sees you coming and parries the incoming spear. Next
Do
up,
any of our allies look? I still have bonus action.
yes, yes, you do.
I
I think
Yeah,
everyone around
Particularly,
you is unconscious.
yeah. There's this guy is unconscious. This guy's unconscious.
well, if any of them have been particularly nice to me on this voyage so far, they're gonna get a healing touch. So your pick,
Yeah, you
or a
can.
healing word. sorry.
Yeah. Is it a touch spell?
Healing word is
Healing
his
word
only
is
option.
not,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
but
So
it
yeah,
is
you
a
can.
bonus action.
Great. Yeah, you can heal up this guy, and I'm sure he'd love it.
Sounds great.
He will give you his half of his potatoes next time.
All right.
He gets 5 health.
5
Congrats.
health. That's exciting for him. All right, next up, it is their turn. So these two have been healed and managed to stand up on their turn. And all three of these guys are going to attempt to finish off this last guy. One of them actually succeeds in doing so, slaying the final adversary and shark person. And the din of battle dies down around you all. And we will exit initiative.
Woohoo!
Great. Ozo will turn around and try to stabilize the person right behind them. Just right away.
Yeah, Temper also acts quickly and moves over and heals up the 2 other crew members that are in bad shape. Go ahead.
I don't
go
have
ahead.
any healing, so I'll...
Okay, make a medicine check. It's a DC 10 to stabilize.
Great.
Great. You stabilized
Yay.
that guy, so he will not die.
Great. Not
and
dead.
And Temper will also go take care of this guy and stabilize him up there. Let's just make sure he can. Yep, without issue.
Great.
So, Temper has...
So peppy.
He's adorable.
Yeah, so Kevin looks at the fall and says, "All right, get these crew to quarters. Get these crew to quarters. Do not wake any others to replace them. Officers, to your duties." And all the officers just shout, "Aye, Captain," and go around like taking care of the crew. You 6, if you would please accompany me to my cabin.
Absolutely. Quick question. Is it possible to recover, DM, any of my arrows? Probably minus the one that was punched into the face of a shark crab.
You can recover half your spent ammunition.
Okay, great. I'm definitely going to say I lost that one, so I only shot 2. I'll take 1 back.
Great.
It's just lodged too deep in that one shark and crab.
I'm not even going to... It's like it
No.
belongs there now.
Yeah.
It is one with the crab.
I'll
So
let Ozo pull it out.
Captain Saltcrust invites you all to his quarters for some sort of discussion, mayhaps.
Sure.
Okay, we're gathered.
Yeah.
Captain,
So
says Corvus.
yeah. So in here, it's like a combined like sleeping quarter office. Like there's a definite like larger bed than like anywhere else on the ship that you've seen. But it's also got like a desk and writing supplies, and there's shelves with like books and various paraphernalia from his adventures. Well, thank you all very much for assisting in the defense of the ship. I cannot express my gratitude in you keeping my crew safe. It is obvious that they would have been overrun, especially by those strange shark crab things. It will,
Those
of
were
course.
weird.
Aye, that they were, yes. Of
you
course,
seen
they
anything
will
like
take some time to recover their best. Temper will be busy administering to them as it is. So our process may slow a bit.
I mean, we'll do whatever we can to help. And none of us are trained sailors, obviously, but have you seen anything like those creatures before? Is that normal in this part?
Are they good to eat?
I would not know. This is the first time I have seen these creatures. Normally, the ship, the moss-eaten mold, she is a fast one. And normally, she right through the boiling strait without too much of a problem. But I fear those 2 days when we were without wind and sail have provided notice to the denizens of the boiling strait.
Oh, that's why you were worried.
Is there... I mean, how long till we're out of this part of danger?
Normally, crossing the strait takes a little over a week. So we have many days left.
Okay, well, let's hope we don't lose the wind in our sails again.
Indeed, it will be a trying time. Again, I thank you all very much for your aid in this matter. Feel free to, if you are interested in discussing work with our crew for the remainder of the voyage, or at least until the rest of the crew is recovered from this ordeal, discussing how you may best serve with trucks. They will make sure that everything is on the up and up, and you are best suited for whatever task you are set.
Well, if it gets us out of danger quicker, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't lend a hand. Right, team?
I mean, I can try. I don't know that I'm going to be much use.
Trucks can
I
take care of all
cannot.
the details in the morning, so do not worry about it too much.
Okay.
Well, we'll rest up tonight.
Does he have anything neat?
You return, and it looks like the officers are and the conscious crew members are taking people, the unconscious folks, downstairs, and you see that Kinnear, who's supposed to be on helm duty, has secured the helm more stably, and is heaving the unconscious forms of the shark folk, the Sahuagin,
Kazunta.
over the edge of the boat, over the rail. The massive shark and crabs still remain.
Is there any damage to the ship?
Who are you asking?
Captain? I assume I'm still in this cabin.
He's come out with you to. He's come out with you to. So you all see this on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I don't know. I hope not. Kinnear, any damage to the moss? Kinnear looks over. Well, not that I can tell, Captain. She's they were more interested in sneaking aboard, it seems, so they are not quiet. They did not do much damage, other than leaving the sharky blood upon the deck. Well, the Lycan will enjoy that, I am sure. And Kinnear just kind of nods.
Circle of life. Blood is very
I guess
nutritious.
This isn't gonna clean itself up, and I try to gesture to help me push the giant shark dude over the side. I suppose, I'd be helpful. I guess is what I'm getting at here.
Yeah.
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 Sure. Ozo will help.
Great.
Ozo just punches it right off the ship.
Tiny little form burrows underneath and goes.
Yeah, this thing weighs a few 100 pounds, so it's quite heavy. So if you all, or a bunch of you, kind of give aid, you can.
All right,
heave
get in
them
here,
up
guys.
over. You hear these massive
And I
splashes as they go over the side into the dark waters below. Weirdly, when they hit, they do not smell of cooked fish or anything. They just kind of sink down.
That's that. Cooked
Indeed.
crab.
Oh, right, because it's supposed to be boiling.
Because it's boiling.
Oh, I feel weird about monstrosities being food.
Just watch that anime, Dungeons, Dragons, and Delicious, or something like that.
Delicious and Dungeon.
Yes.
Delicious in Dungeons, yes.
Yeah.
You'll feel differently.
We have been known to eat dragons, but
No, most of
Maybe a
y'all
little.
refuse to eat the dragon.
That was Bulg, or whatever you're.
Yes.
Bulk, yeah.
That was Bulk the Kobold, and most of you refused to eat anything he cooked.
Didn't want to
Possibly-
eat
Good reason.
Possibly because he was carrying around several tons of rotting dragon meat. But, you know,
Seems like a good reason.
only if you're not a kobold.
Is it pretty much it from the captain tonight? He very much said, like, can you help us out but get some sleep tonight? Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
If they, I
Well,
mean, I don't know what the
Ozo
crew's
will-
gonna do.
Ozo will help clear the deck, and then we'll actually go check in with Temper and see if there's any aid in bandaging or praying over, being calm and touching.
Yeah,
Whatever.
make a perception check.
calm and touching.
Helping the wounded people. Well, because
Yeah.
I'm not trained in medicine, so I can't say I know what to do. What am I doing? A perception check?
Yeah, as you're helping clear the deck.
Great. That was really bad.
Selenar's trying to be helpful too, because I definitely was
Okay.
awake for a grand total of 1 turn, so I don't think Selenar is very sleepy, as it were.
Yeah.
Are you
Insight
still
check on their
sleepy?
body.
That's the problem. He's gone too far. Now he's like,
So with a 17, well, their bodies are all heaved over the side. So, with a 17, you notice that you've heard of people like swab the deck and that sort of thing, but you notice that no one has made like towards a mop or anything. And Ozo, with a 17, you also notice that the patches of blood on the deck are being absorbed, and like where they had splashed, there are little patches of lichen that have grown up and little like fungi that are like absorbing the blood, and then they shrink back in after a few moments, and the deck is
Ooh.
clean.
It is as the Oaken Father intended.
When you go down to help Temper, Temper is very thankful that you are willing to lend assistance in bandaging up people. You saw him perform like healing magic, but you notice that he is like speaking not like when he like heals people, he doesn't like give them a blessing of a god. He gives them the blessing of the sea, and says things like, "May the tides keep you safe. May the oceans wash over you. May the salt heal your wounds." Stuff like that.
Cool.
Selenar, do you want to do anything?
Besides generally just trying to help clean up the mess and be available, I imagine after that long on the boat you'd have some kind of routine, but obviously, I don't know.
Okay.
I assume these creatures I don't know anything about or have heard of, like, I don't have an agenda besides try to get things back to normal and pitch a hand.
Yeah, Kinnear is definitely thankful for your help. As a few other sailors are kind of awoken to like fill the place of the injured for the evening. And you can all return to attempt to get a full night's rest in.
Ender wants to examine the blood-eating lichen as
Okay,
she goes by.
go ahead, make a nature check.
No, I'm not as bad as nature as I thought I was. 20. Dirty 20.
Cool. Yeah. Noticing it when Ozo kind of bends over and looks at it, it's lichen, and like little tiny baby mushrooms kind of like pop up. The weird thing is they then like retreat in so that there's not like a patch of stuff on the deck.
Like the deck is now clean as they go away?
Yeah.
Can I see them moving, or do they just kind of like, poof?
They just grow and then they recede.
Cool.
Yeah. You're not aware of any like particular species that of like fungi or lichen that would do that. But with a dirty 20, you're pretty sure that it's probably got some kind of magic involved with it.
Fair.
But in a field that is not one that you are really familiar with.
Fair.
Yeah. What?
As the crew wanders down, I might stick behind just to have a word with the captain.
Great. Yeah. He's kind of up and like staying up and like kind of surveying the ship and like taking just a stock or an inventory of the damage. He's having a little conversation with Kinnear. But you approach and he turns and says, Monsieur Corvus, what can I do for you?
I just wanted to speak with you, Captain. I don't really think I've done so on board so far, and we've been your guests for a couple of weeks now, and I've admittedly been a bit distant.
It's okay. You are passengers. Your lodging has all been paid for. You are not expected to help out, but of course you are welcome to. And especially after this evening, your help is greatly appreciated.
Well, yeah, if we can do anything, I can't speak for the rest of the crew. In fact, I would wager a bet that they probably haven't spoken much to you either, have they?
It's okay. We're all getting to know one another. These things, sometimes they take time. Not everyone is as socially garrulous as me.
I'll just sort of chuckle under the mask. Well, you may have figured out by now that we're not all as well acquainted with each other either, so certainly being thrust in a new environment so soon for so long is probably an adjustment. I've had a lot on my mind recently trying to prepare for what we should expect when we get off the ship, so I'll try to be a little less distant if you need anything.
Have you ever been to
we'll
Cliffside before?
I haven't. Anything you can tell me about it would be greatly appreciated.
It is a fascinating city. At one point before the breaking, it is presumed to have been a dwarven underground stronghold. And it was broken in half for some percentage of some sort. And so now the side of the cliff is open like a wound. And it is from these levels that we see that Cliffside resides. The bottom level is the dock, and then there's a few upper levels where people live and shop and that sort of thing. It is a fascinating walk around, but I hope your legs are in good shape. There will be many stairs.
I was about to say, it's just a bunch of walking up and down, it sounds, but it's a fascinating way to build a city.
Well, yes, it was at one point entirely underground, and now it is exposed to the elements. The probably most impressive thing are the storm doors. They have these massive doors that cover the entire opening of the port, and they are at least 40 feet tall, and they just, when the big storms they come.
That's pretty impressive. What else can you tell me about the makings of the city? What's the layout, I guess, of the people? You know, their crime, or is it well behaved in a sort of way?
Well, there is crime most places. You must, of course, be aware of your surroundings. It is always a good idea to travel with a friend or someone you know, just to have a little bit of safety in numbers. But Cliffside itself is quite the fascinating place. You see, there is the different levels that I told you about. They all have different names. The dock level is, or the dock neighborhood, I should say, is the main docks right at the waterline and the 3 levels above. Then you go into the Spakatch, which is 4 levels of homes and shops and stores and that sort of thing. And then there is the Heart tier above that. 3 levels of the Heart tier. And that's where the more wealthy and powerful reside, and the fancier shops that cater to those sorts of individuals. I've only been there a couple of times myself. The top 5 levels are called appropriately the Heights. And the Heights are mostly a garrison and provide a buffer to the intrusion of anyone from above. But also they have massive underground farms and livestock pens in these levels that provide food to the city. Most of the levels are only occupied about a few thousand feet or so from the tear, which is the main opening. Is the tear is what they call it. Farther back, there are unexplored caves, systems, ruins. Who knows? But most of the city is only the first few thousand feet and then vertical.
Interesting. Well, I don't know how long our stay is. You might have to remind me when our passage back has been booked. But if I were to stay, I'm assuming somewhere in the dock area. Where do you recommend?
I would recommend the Ruddy Plank.
The Ruddy Plank? Excellent.
Yes.
Room for 6, I hope.
A lovely Aquanel woman, run by a woman named Holun Whistler. She is magnifique.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I'll try not to
Excellent,
put too much.
excellent countenance, excellent smile. In the hearth of the Ruddy Plank is very large to keep many people warm in the dark cold of the docks.
Excellent. Well, I'll send your regards along if we stay the night. How's that?
It would be my pleasure to be the level of introduction between you two.
If you don't mind me asking, Captain, how much do you know about my employer?
Monsieur Pelami, not too much, I'm afraid. I was engaged by Courier, offered the contract on word of reputation, and then I agreed. It was an impressive fee for something not so crazy. Shipment of rugs to the city of Cliffside with accompaniment of 6. Very straightforward. It all seemed above board.
Well, I will certainly put in a good word for you.
I would be happy to know of more of Monsieur Polami. I would hope that this Polemi figure would be interested in continuing business. I would be happy to continue a relationship in such a manner.
I'm sure how things are going so far, he would be open to that sort of relationship in the future.
Très bien!
Well, Captain, I think we're all going to get some rest and point us in the right direction tomorrow to lend some hands.
Of course, of course. Trox will come up with some assignments after he discusses what you feel you would be up for learning or doing, eh? Wonderful. Bonne nuit! Anybody else doing anything before going to bed? Nope.
Nope.
Oh, Lunine.
Lunine's gonna stay up on the deck for a while longer.
Okay. Great.
I'm just curious, what phase of the moon is it?
Make a nature check.
I can't look up.
You can.
It's
3.
Great.
You went
So
down by mistake.
Turn left.
you look up, kind of hoping to be able to tell what phase of the moon it is, and you realize immediately that you haven't really looked up and noticed this before, but there's actually 2 moons in the air. One looks like a big chunk is taken out of it, and the other one is much smaller and maybe looks to be about the size of that chunk. And it looks like the small one is bright and like totally visible, and the other one seems to be like missing about like half it's like half dark. So it's a weird. You don't know how to quantify that phase.
Hmm. All right. Interesting. Forgot about that. But he's just gonna kind of stay up on the deck for a bit and more or less keep watch.
Cool.
Just because what's happened.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
God, can't go above a 10. 13.
Great. So with a 13, you notice that the water that was kind of like steaming and maybe like emitting like steam vapors previously, as the ship has continued moving this past bit of time, it is starting to slowly simmer. You're seeing small little bubbles kind of like roil on the surface as you look down in the starlight.
Time to make tea.
You also notice that the captain has not gone back to bed and is up at the helm with Kinnear. Kinnear is still like steering the ship, but they're having a discussion. There are other sailors that have been awoken or that weren't injured in the battle that are like attending to sail trimming, or just kind of like there's someone up in a crow's nest kind of keeping an eye out. They're just sort of, they're on duty, but they're not like actively like going crazy with work. You also notice with a 13 that there is a patch of lichen on the railing or on the mast, kind of behind the helm. That it catches your eye because it just kind of that patch of moss. You swear you saw it move real quick.
I go over to the moss.
Okay, so you walk up and the captain and Kinnear
Grabs
kind
you
of
and takes you in.
look at you as you approach, and they say, "Monsieur Lunin, is everything all right?"
Did that moss just move?
Oh, quite possibly. Lulu's been being brought up to speed. She was asleep during the battle.
She can hear you through the moss.
Of course she can. She is a very talented woman.
Interesting.
It is useful. She does not like to leave the hold very much. That's why she makes an excellent quartermaster.
I mean, that would make sense, but that's just... I haven't seen this kind of magic before.
Well, she is very connected to the ship, you see. It is her own... Well, she calls it a hot tree that was used to fashion the moss-eaten mold. And her connection to the tree is what has enabled her to thrive upon it. In fact, it was the sole condition of her being willing to sell me the ship in the first place, huh? I had to employ her forever. But I have no complaints. Well, until one of us dies, I suppose. But she is a very talented woman.
It's quite the contract.
But the ship was such a good deal.
Well, I mean, as long that's what matters most.
Not many prospective captains want a elderly halfling woman doddering about all the time, you know what I mean? But I saw something within her, something special, and I think I have reaped the rewards. The moss-eaten mold has gotten us out of many, many difficult positions, and is quite the fast little ship, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah, I've never been on a ship before, but it seems fast.
You will find nothing better in her size than the moss-eaten mold.
Duly noted, but I will leave you to your conversation. Sorry, I just piqued my curiosity.
It is of no impact, of course. Enjoy your evening.
You as well.
And
He's gonna go towards the front of the ship.
Yeah. And you chill out for as long as you desire. Eventually, I assume everyone goes back to bed. You all get some sleep in. You can all apply a long rest. We'll say you wake up a bit later in the day, late morning, maybe, due to the exertions, because you do have to start your long rest all over again. Some of you are a little more worse for wear than others. Selenar, during your trance, as you are trancing upon this moving waves of the ship, you notice that you've noticed over the past week or so that the motions of the ship as it travels are soothing and familiar to you in a way you hadn't realized you had missed by traveling over land. And it's just very nice.
I assume the ship is much larger than anything I would have been on before, and especially the water itself is way larger.
Yeah, the ship is about 20 feet wide and 100 feet long at like its maximum points, and there's like 4 or 5 decks. So yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, so I think Selenar would be surprised that it was calming because it is also unfamiliar in some ways.
Yeah, and you've never slept in a hammock before, so that's kind of fun. At least not one that was like rocking with the motion of the ship.
Motion of the ocean?
Yeah. So you all have a lovely rest. Everybody can apply a long rest as you awaken in the late morning.
When we're awake at a reasonable hour of the day, Endra is going to go looking for Lulu to ask her about the lichen.
Yeah, Lulu is not hard to find. The hold is the second level down on the ship, so you go down, and she's easy to find. She's sitting on a patch of moss, cross-legged, with that quarterstaff, just kind of leaning against the wall of the ship, and she's just there, seated with her eyes closed.
Hey, can you tell me about the lichen on the deck? I saw it like growing and shrinking late last night, which is not like any lichen I've ever seen before. What is it?
The lichen be a part of me, child. The lichen, the fungus, all of it all come from me. And me come from it.
It was really cool.
It is all I can do to be part of the ship, help clean it up, you know. Lulu, she is lovely ship. She loves the ship.
So, like, does that lichen exist anywhere else, or is it literally just a part of the boat?
Oh, there's nothing too special about the lichen. Lichen is lichen everywhere. Lichen is moss. Moss is fungi. When you see moss, it is moss. When you see lichen, it is lichen. It is only special because I have used my magic to give it purpose.
Okay, I thought it was really cool and thought I would come and learn about it if there was anything to learn.
Thank you. That is very kind of you, mademoiselle. You see, Cher, the moss-eaten mold, she is a ship built from my heart. And my heart is one that all of the ship is.
Cool. I will take my leave of her and go back to skulking about in corners and trying to read my damn book.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes. Breathe.
She's
Let the energy
like
come.
she seemed a little odd, but she happily chatted with you. It may have been that she didn't quite understand the questions you were asking,
Fair, fair.
but like it's always something you can revisit if you decide. Anyone else got a specific thing? Ozo.
Today Ozo will also later in the day wander around and just go follow Lulu everywhere that Lulu goes.
It's a very boring day because Lulu does not leave the hold.
Great. Ozo just sits.
Yeah, unless you speak to her, she does not speak to you.
Should try talking to the lichen.
Make a perception check, Ozo, as you spend some time down here with Lulu.
You said a perception?
Yep. You notice that Lulu, while she doesn't speak to you, she does seem to mutter a lot or like speak to things that aren't there, or at least that you can't see.
Cool.
Like full-blown conversations. You can't make them out because they're like, when you talk to yourself kind of under your breath, kind of muttering. But she's there. She does it.
Cool.
Yeah. But so you spent some time down there with Lulu.
Andra, while she is skulking about in corners, is kind of keeping her eyes open for any of those little mushrooms to appear, and she's going to pick one if she can.
Yeah. So you go and like search for a little mushroom, and you reach out to pick one, and it like whoop, shirks back down.
I will
Maybe
just
if you
look at-
use forceps.
look at it very closely without touching. I'm intrigued by it, and I definitely did not understand what Lulu was saying, that they were part of her, and was very much like, what is it?
Yeah. Ozo, you ask a variety of questions throughout your time with Lulu. And the first time you ask a direct question, she answers you, but she answers you from a patch of moss behind your head against the wall.
Cool.
She answers your questions in that she doesn't really pay homage to any sort of divine shenanigans. She's more interested in the natural world. You get the sense that she is a druid.
Cool.
As opposed to a clerical practitioner. Which you've encountered those types of folks before. Wonderful. Anything else from Corvus, Renata, or anyone?
Sorry, was this the second day after the rest?
Yeah, so this is the day after the rest.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to not pipe up. I mean, Corvus will just, as the captain suggested, go
Check in
to...
with Trox.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Trox is like, they're like, well, we're rearranging the schedule. So that, that's the wrong accent.
Inside check. Inside check.
Right.
We're rearranging
Multiple
the
personality
schedule
disorder.
so that our crew will be on the night shift, and y'all can help during the day. That's probably easier.
All right, where can I be of use? I've not
Well, you seem a nimble sort of fella. So if you're willing, you can learn the rigging and mast from the crew over there.
I'll give it my best shot. I'm also not.
Wonderful. Just go over there
worst.
and check in with Gam and Pag. They are the two halflings over there.
I do quite fit in with halflings, it seems. So I'll go over.
Yeah. Yeah, Gam and Pag are like those two friends who constantly are jib-jabbing at each other and constantly arguing with each other, but you can tell that they are very close.
Sorry, I should not have looked at whatever that was.
So they just are like jib-jabbing, but you come over and they teach you the basics on like, okay, when we tell you, pull that line. And then when you're ready to do real work, pull that one. And here's how you do this knot. And and so you learn like the basics of like how sails are rigged.
How many knots might I feasibly learn?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh god. I was hoping it'd be like, make a dexterity sleight of hand check, because you're cool like that.
Nope, you are learning something, baby.
Cool.
If you learn, then you will get to apply with dexterity. But you gotta learn first.
I love that I'm like so close to getting a bonus modifier to intelligence, but not close enough. Ooh, knots.
19 is real good. Yeah, so you learn 2 knots. 2 brand new knots.
That's like one shy of what I know after a lifetime of doing this.
Yeah. You learn a bowline, which is like their most basic kind of thing, and you learn a clove hitch.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do the Alpine butterfly.
Surprised. This is my surprised face.
This is the only 2 knots I need to know forever.
Yeah, they're the 2 most basic knots on a
That's
ship.
awesome. Okay, great. I know 2 knots and a little bit about rigging on a ship. That's not bad.
Yeah. So you spend the day kind of learning all that out. Renata.
Yes.
Let's go over to you. Do you go up to Trox and like see if you can be of help, or do you kind of do your own thing?
I'll do my own thing.
Great. What would you like to do?
I'll let the professionals do the professional thing.
Sure.
And I will be on deck, join the air. And I guess I'll just work on music, and perhaps if anyone comes along, I'll make some small talk.
Yeah, I mean, the crew is like
Other than
bustling
that.
around you. Yeah, the crew is bustling around you. They exchange pleasantries. Where on the deck do you want to be? Are you like up by the front, up by the back? Just kind of hanging out over the side?
I will be up in the front. I'd say that.
Cool. You notice that Fira comes around at some point and kind of like checks the ballista up on the front and just kind of gives it a once over, make sure everything's looking pretty good. She just kind of nods to you, and you see her book buoy is just kind of floating around next to her.
Her book, you said?
Yeah, her book. She's got that floating book.
Is it a book
That's
that looks like
right.
a buoy, or is it a book that she calls buoy?
It is a
It's a
book
book
that
that's named Buoy.
Named
Yeah.
buoy. I might have been asleep for that one last time.
Era, the weaponeer.
Yep.
With the book called Bowie.
Floating book. It's blue.
Today, Journal.
Yes. I'm curious. I'll ask her about the book.
Okay. What do you ask?
What's it all about? How does it float like that? What's inside it?
She kind of looks at you for a minute and then kind of smiles.
It's the latest edition of Tusk Club.
I was gonna say something like that.
That's the
Something
blue part.
raunchy, something dirty.
It's just my spell book. Ain't nothing better than that. It is what it is, you know. It's got
in it.
it's got my spells, and I don't know what else you want me to say. It floats because it's magic. It's part of my specialty.
And it always float, or do you have to think about it floating?
I have to tell it to, but then it does whatever I tell it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a neat party trick.
Also helps it from getting wet against all this water, you know?
Does it support weight by any chance? Like, if you were to place a drink on it?
The whole point is to
Just out of
avoid it getting
curiosity.
wet. Why would I put a drink on it?
Well,
But no, it's
why
just
would it get wet? It's, guessing the drink is in a glass.
Have you never seen a glass sweat before from condensation?
Yeah, okay. Put a coaster on it.
So now
just saying.
I'm putting a coaster under a drink on my floating spellbook.
Just saying, some things can serve more than one purpose.
You are an
Don't
interesting
get all of it.
You are an interesting fellow, Mr. Soul Angel, I'll tell you that.
Much obliged, thank you. Try to see things from a different perspective.
Well, my
Wasn't
perspective
around,
is
like-
it's my spellbook which I need to read and keep close to me, so no, I don't put stuff on it.
Is it only spells? Do you
Of
ever
course.
write in it? Is it
I
part
write
diary,
spells in it. No,
part journal at all?
no,
Your hopes, your dreams?
still no. It is a specifically crafted spellbook.
Feels like your spell book needs a little more heart.
Working
What
on
do
it.
I know? I'm just a guy with a guitar. I was just playing like a little ba-da-dum bum 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 bum.
That much is obvious.
I don't think she likes you.
I don't think so either. But the more I talk to her, the more I want to imitate her accent. So you better step away from this conversation before I start speaking in an accent.
Okay.
I do appreciate this short little chat.
Sure, no skin off my
I'm gonna
teeth.
play you a song.
You do play good, I'll give you that.
I don't say thank you, but I do nod my head in acknowledgement.
Cool.
And I would say, just like a little bit more under my breath. Just like, it's been a rough couple of days, but yeah, I'm okay with the guitar.
Cool. All right. Cool. Lunine, are you going to check in with Trox, or are you going to do your own thing?
Yeah. No, Lunine is still looking indignant on top of the ship.
Great. Love it. And Selenar, are you going to attempt to aid the ship in any way? Check in with Trox, or are you going to do your own thing?
Yeah, I assume I'd spend most of the day on the deck, just sort of appreciating the water and the ship, and if people are around, I would socialize with them for sure. Definitely when Corvus is getting his sailing lesson on this type of vessel that I've never been on before, that would be something I would be a part of if I could.
Yeah, definitely. As you're kind of like in one of those moments when you're like just watching the water and kind of looking out, Temper comes up and stands next to you. He's this half-elf, blue hair, simple blue wrap around his waist, shell necklace. And he's like, I see that you're admiring the waves, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've never seen water this large before. The river back home. Could always see the. Could I see the other side?
Not really.
Well,
It was miles wide, the divide.
well, I would never imagined it would be quite this far to the other side.
That's the thing about the sea, my friend. The sea is everything. All rivers lead to it. All life comes from it. Man, it's totally gnarly. It's strange. The sea is calm one moment and angry the next. It is potential. It is fun.
Fun is an interesting choice of words. It is a companion. It is here. It is part of the world we live in.
That it is, my dude. That it is. It is unfortunate that this part of the ocean is a bit hot to the touch. Otherwise, it would be fun to go for a bit of a surf. But unfortunately, likely to get parboiled by doing such a thing.
Do you know what heats the water? That part I have yet to figure out.
No one does for sure. No one's ever been down that far or survived that I can tell. But like, as far as I know, it's like probably volcanic vents. It's weird. I've tried to ask the sea for various information from time to time, but man, it's just like, nah, dude, can't help you with that one. It's giving me vibes of like, you know, something old, something hot. I assume it's a volcano. But it's a long chain of volcanoes if it is, because...
Yeah, it seems a reasonable guess, but miles and miles of boiling water is...
Especially fathoms deep, man, like... If it's this hot on the surface, I can't imagine how hot it is downstairs, you know what I'm saying? In the deep, in the depths.
Perhaps it is just a mystery of the world that we aren't meant to know.
Mayhaps. I was thinking maybe one time, maybe I'll make myself an ice ball and see if I can descend down any deeper. But haven't tried it yet, man.
Selenar is just thinking like, is this dude high? That would never work. What a stupid suggestion.
Yeah, you've noticed that he seems very in touch with like the ocean. He seems to like almost worship it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can relate, but Selenar is not of the ocean, right? So it's not quite the same, I suppose.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. So as you all do your various things throughout the day, for your next bit of travel here, somebody roll me a D4 if you'd be so kind.
I feel like I haven't been contributing to that, so I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Do it.
Do I learn anything new from this book I'm studying
Not of note.
if I spend another day? Yeah. Fair.
Like it's going to be like a long time to get stuff out of it.
That's fair. I'm just going to keep on poking at it, keep on staring at it.
I can teach you some knots.
All right. A 3, a Corvus. Go ahead and roll me a D10, please.
Oh no. And 6. Double or nothing.
Cool. Yeah. Great. So you are continuing on as the days kind of pass bit by bit, keep, and eventually the horror of the battle fades from your mind as you travel through the boiling strait. I would like everybody to go ahead, give me a perception check.
Kit, what? The wind blew the mask down on my face. My eye holes are covered.
Fair enough.
I'm really just staring in this book.
I say it's only like the one thing that I need.
Andra notices a mushroom
Cool.
is looking over her shoulder.
So, Lunine, as you're kind of like hanging out, checking out over the side, you notice shapes in the water swimming, following the ship. And as you kind of notice them, you notice that they're like circling, which is weird, and they're hard to make out at first. And then you see a shape that looks familiar, and you see one of those shark
It means
people.
as soon as he sees the shadows, he starts to draw his weapons.
Cool. So you start to draw your weapons, which immediately the captain notices and says, "What is it?"
Some shadows in the water off the side seem to be following us.
All hands, make ready! Potential battle! Fighters, wake up! And we're going to take a break there. And we'll come back to see what Lunine has saved you all from being surprised by.
Woohoo!
Well, everyone else.
Should I take the observant feat again? This is gonna.
Hey, you know, that is up to you.
Somebody should.
I really need
Yeah.
mine to be higher. It's going to be weird getting used to not having a high wisdom.
Yeah, I apparently don't see shit.
Listen, you have a whole different set of skills now.
Yeah, different characters.
Yep.
All right, so let's take our 5-minute bio break here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Silver Sora. I've got it for chatting away. We will be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you after this short break. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for sticking around with us. Sorry we took a little bit longer. Had to get some stuff in order. But we're back now, and it's all exciting. So, Lunine has just spotted some shapes in the water and has called it back to the captain, who has made ready the call to the crew. On deck right now is the captain, Fira, and Handsome Trox. They're on here as well. And then there are Gammon Pog up in the rigging with Corvus. So you're like up in the rigging, so you're not on the deck at the moment. And there's a couple other sailors either fore or aft. But other than Corvus, Lunine, you're probably looking over the side to notice all this stuff, or would you be up in front noticing?
I would be wherever I saw it, but, you know, backing away from the very, very edge. Like, you'd peek over, watch
Sure.
the stuff for a second, draw his blades, but, like, get away from the edge, because, you know, being flung over the side is not fun.
Yeah, definitely. Great. So, everybody else, let me know where on the deck you would like to be, or if you are in your cabin, you can be in your cabin.
Andra's probably on deck, but like in a corner, like tucked in, like behind / under one of those stairs or something.
Cool.
Somewhere shadowy and out of the way, because she probably burns easily in the sun, so she's kind of tucked into her shadows. But she's definitely out in the fresh air, at least.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I was probably coming. Ozo was probably coming from the hold, unless this is like nighttime.
No, it's the day, so you're down in the hold at the current time.
Yeah.
Great. It's good to know.
I would still be hanging out topside, enjoying some sun, the breeze.
Are you still by the front of the ship?
Let's say yes.
Okay, great.
Unless that's where the danger is, then let's say no.
Well, you don't know where the danger is.
I know why he asked. Are you like just like
I
writing
asked
songs
because
and-
I asked because I am putting you on the map.
He's writing songs and like napkins and scribbling down Taylor Swift style, and then a giant tentacle comes up and
He's lying down prone again.
Selenar,
I'm
where would you like to
Taylor
be?
Swifting up here before I get bit by a shark.
Definitely on deck, leaning on the rail, somewhere out of the way of the people who are actually working.
Okay, great. So you're just leaning off the back, just kind of watching behind the ship?
Sure.
Great. Cool. All right. Everybody can click their token and roll initiative.
Huh. Well,
All right, that's shaggy.
this book's real fascinating, y'all.
It's all good. I mean, you're a wizard. You should have a... You know, you don't need to worry about having the first act.
Nope.
When you're on deck is when you start making your plan.
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
Fortunately, my options are limited at this level, so...
Once you get Fireball, it fucks everything up.
Well, yes.
we do know how serious characters like fire.
Great.
Well, the problem is flaming everybody.
Wonderful. So, you all hear this call to arms as... and which prevents you all from being surprised, so you can all stand up. You're not like leaning against anything. You're all on your feet. And that's when you see from all over the ship clawed hands like begin to like haul themselves up over the railing as you see more of these shark folk, as well as what look to be like shark heads gripping onto the railing and heaving up big old crab bodies. They're about the size of people, and they are crabs, but instead of claws, they have sharks on their hands.
Jared just went around to like a 5th grade
all right,
class and
Jared.
design.
They are jaw crabs.
I need you to get out of the sci-fi boardroom. What's
like-
next? Mecha Shark?
It's like a Stephen King joke where he's like, it's the lamb ones."
Yeah. So all
That's
these people climb up and go over the edge. Let's make sure I have everybody.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping it was going to be a sharktopus. Then I could bring out that movie poster.
Stop it. I knew that was coming. His face.
I may have made a stat block. You don't know.
Yes! Sharktopus versus Mecha Croc. I've seen that movie, actually.
Sharktopus versus Mecha Croc. I love it.
Yeah. No, I love this I love horrible horror movies.
I love a good
Dude,
monster
I love
movie.
the
I love a good
sci-fi.
bad monster movie, so I'm with you.
No,
on
the
that.
old sci-fi, though, lava tarantulas. Oh, so bad. So
Stop
good.
giving him ideas. I'm just kidding.
Ozo and Lunine, what are your dex scores, please?
4.
I can read 3.
Great. So that will put Lunine just ahead of Ozo. Wonderful. Andra, what is... nope, never mind. You're good. Not a lot of high initiatives that round. Okay.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with my initiative score.
Yeah.
'Cause
Let's bring you all back to the ship.
+4 should not be this low.
Oh,
Here we go.
there I am.
I've got it. Zombievers. Not here, but
No.
somewhere.
I remember that movie.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Corvus, you are up in the rigging, kind of like holding on to the mast, and holding on to a rope. But you see these things begin to crawl up over the deck. Indeed, you see these shark folk again, but you also see these mighty crabs with sharks for claws.
These are ridiculous.
What is happening?
Evolution scientists are just like getting brain seizures looking at this.
Is the island of Dr. Moreau nearby?
Could
Okay,
be.
that's incredible. How far up the rigging am I?
You're 20 feet in the air.
So
Was
that
one of
would
those
hurt if
sharks
I-
breathing fire?
That's what I said.
No, that's just
Sarah.
art.
That was like smoking a cigarette.
It's like I kind of like Photoshop this
Wait,
art together,
no,
so
now it
it's
is
like
smoking
blood
a
that was through the
cigarette.
water.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Canon.
like it.
It's smoking a cigarette. That's just what it has.
Yep.
All right,
That's
fine.
amazing.
Nothing says undersea creature like a heavy smoker.
They do live in a very hot part of the ocean, so you know.
That's true.
True story.
Maybe it's just his breath.
Just steam.
20
Wait.
feet would hurt if I fell, right?
Yeah, I would allow you to attempt an acrobatics check, DC 15 to take half the damage.
Okay, great. Armed with that knowledge, I'd like to try something totally useless and badass, and I would like to, because I have a short bow, and that's a bit hard to manage with one hand. Is the rigging, is it what I picture where it's like, the net, like you can climb? Is there a world where I could
Yeah, like you can. Yeah, you can. It's got the cargo net where you can like climb up that way.
is there a world where I could lock in my legs, use my core strength, and Legolas?
Absolutely, there's 100% a way you can do that.
Hell yeah.
You can dash along. Just go ahead, make me a DC 10 acrobatics check for this,
Okay.
because you're
Roll that
you're gonna have to let go of the rope and like scamper over to the cargo net. But once you get there, it's all good.
Gotcha.
23. You are like, phew, you lightly step your way over and like you jump, and as you jump, you lock your legs into the cargo net, hang down on one side, bow drawn. Go ahead, make your attack.
If I miss this attack, it's going to so be worth it.
100%. Who are you attacking?
Oh!
A
Nice.
natural 20.
That is a natural 20.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
On the starboard side, I don't know, to screen right, that crab monster.
This one?
Yeah, I was going for an easy one. That's why it's a nat 20. It's basically
Yeah.
point blank.
Yeah, that absolutely hits. You see it, you line up right between its little crabby eyes, and ching, fire. Go ahead, roll damage.
Doesn't get sneak attack, though, does it?
It does, because you crit.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about it.
Or no, sorry. It's advantage, or if you have an ally next to it, that's what gives you, not the crit. Sorry. So it doesn't get you sneak attack. Double check on that.
Okay, I'll look it up right now. I get
But
at least 9, we think.
Yeah, I think
Well,
you get at least
if
9.
it's if the enemy, I believe, is like surprised by
Yeah,
you also
they're
counts.
they're not
Yeah, they can't
surprised.
see you?
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if like they would know where he is if he's that high up.
they know that like danger's coming and he's not hiding. So like,
Fair. Yeah.
and they're like crawling up the side so they can see the cargo net anyway.
I think
They got
the
one eye here and one
assassin-
eye there because they're crabs.
Yeah, assassin is an auto crit before anything else goes.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew they had like a special thing, but I don't know if I don't.
Regular rogue doesn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so you get the 9, but I don't think you get the sneak attack in this case.
Fair enough. I'll take it.
Oh.
I'll take it. I
Cool.
rolled the lowest on the crit. That's amazing.
All right. Anything else, my dear friend Corvus?
I'm gonna bonus action hide. No, I'm just kidding.
You can't hide hanging upside down in a cargo net.
One with it.
No, we've been there a couple hours. It was
1 sec.
Cool. All right. Selenar, you are up next.
Sorry, we had an interruption.
Sorry,
No,
I
you're
was
good.
I was reading a spell to make sure. Let me get this thingy.
Reading.
Cool. Renata, you are
Yeah,
on
I don't get-
deck-ish.
Thank you.
So these two crab sharks on the bottom of the ship are just climbing up the wall.
Yeah, they're like on they're like on the railing. They're about to like come over the railing.
All right, then
and-
I'm just gonna move.
And they are jaw crabs, because obviously.
I'm just gonna stab the one in front of me, I guess.
With your spear,
Yeah.
go for it. Spear away.
Action. Oh my god.
Stab him with an arrow.
You're so slow.
Unfortunately, an 8 will miss.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. If I were to move out of this crab, it would provoke an attack of opportunity, right? Or am I using old words?
No,
No.
it would. If you leave a threatened area, they can choose to use their reaction to make an opportunity attack.
Right. Then I guess that's all I'm going to do.
Okay, great. All right, that is Selenar. Next up, this little guy here. Climbs up over the railing, right onto the stairs. Hisses. He's a big, burly guy with a lot of like
Oh,
stuff. Yeah, he's got like tattoos of eyes on him.
They
That's
should
a
have
bad
black
sign.
lagoon here.
And he just goes right up and smashes into Fira, or is going to attempt to smash Fira with this kind of sticky-looking warhammer thing. So he's going to... Oh, first one's a natural 20. And And the second one hits as well. Fira goes unconscious.
Oh no.
Yeah, he hopped up over and like beelined it to her and like whack, whack right in the head. Fira's now unconscious on the ground, blood dripping down the side of her face, like covering half of her face. And Bowie has clattered to the ground. Poof.
Now it's gonna get wet.
Yep. Yep. Rough time.
Especially with that fish dripping on it.
Renata, we go to you. Lunine, you are on deckish, followed by Ozo.
This crab is still off the side of the ship, or
No. They are like at the railing. So they're like about to come over.
So I'm gonna hop over here.
Okay.
I will then cast. I will cast Thunderstruck.
Nice.
Little ACDC there. Thank you. So that's a 15-foot cube coming from me.
Yep. So you can blast both of those guys with it. What is the saving throw?
Let's see. It's a Constitution saving throw. Does it say there? DC 13.
All right.
Why?
The jaw crab rolls a natural 20.
Okay.
But the Sahuagin who just brained Fira failed. So
Okay.
takes 14
cool.
damage. They take half damage
Right.
on success.
Half damage on success.
Okay.
The one who failed is also pushed 10 feet away. So does it go
Great.
back into the water?
100%.
Hell yeah.
So this guy goes "Brrr," splash back into the water.
Goodbye.
Cool.
Or sorry, not the crab.
Yeah, the creature.
Oh,
Fish.
actually, roll a d8. That will actually no, not a d8. Roll a d3. That will determine which way it falls.
It's
Or a d6, and just 4 through 6 will be repeats of 1 through 3.
Gonna say D3 is not a thing.
I mean, you could tell
I mean,
roll
handy on
roll 20.
the
You can tell it
instrument.
to roll 1d3, but
yeah, 5.
5. Okay, so that is 2. So yeah, it goes over the railing, sploosh into the water that direction.
Nice.
So it's back down in the water.
Cool, but the crab is still on deck.
Yep, the crab is hanging on. Its very sharp shark teeth that are its claws have embedded itself in the wood of the railing, so it's securely there.
I imagine I know this person's name here.
Yeah.
Call to them and be like, say their name and be like, I need
Yeah.
your assistance.
Yeah, that is Betty.
Take on the crab shark thing.
Okay,
I'm sorry, what's the name? Benny, you said?
Betty.
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 Her name is
Betty.
Betty. Yeah.
Betty, take care of this crab shark thing. Now, see to Fira.
She nods and she says, "Aye." Next up, Trox. Trox sees what's going on and rushes over to Selenar and attempts to jab the jaw crab that's hanging out there with the first attack is a miss. The second attack hits for 6 damage. Yeah. He hits it once. Great. Or they hit it once, rather. Lunine, we are over to you with Ozo on deck.
All right. I assume I can I see all the monsters, or can I not see the ones on the top?
So you
Like
can't
on
you can't see this crab, or yeah, you can't see the 3 crabs on the front of the ship, but like you can see
Okay.
this guy and this
All
guy
right.
because they're like right there. But the crabs you can't quite catch.
I'll Lunine will run over to the stairs and hack at the Sahuagin's legs, keep them away from the helm.
Yeah, go ahead. He's just about to jump over, so go ahead, make your attack roll.
First one 19,
Hits.
second one 19.
Both hit. Go ahead, deal your damage.
10. 10.
Ooh.
Very consistent this evening.
Apparent damage rolls, yes.
Is this with one with each hand, or is this just one hand that?
No, I have 2 weapon fighting.
Oh, right, you have
So
2
it's
weapon
same.
fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come in and stab. Take 2 slices at this Sahugin, and because he's like in the midst of climbing up, he's got like a spear like in between his sharp pointy teeth. He's like, ah! So he's pretty exposed, and you manage to get in 2 solid hits on him.
Wait, he's still climbing on the side?
Yeah, like he's just about to leap over.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Yeah.
like at the railing and about to do
Stabs
the last.
right here.
Yeah, and so, and it screams, "Arr!" and grits its teeth, and you can see the wood of the spear or the coral or whatever it is kind of cracks and like little divots as it bites down harder in pain. Fantastic. Ozo.
I assume that either I can tell that something's going on, or perhaps Lulu mentions it because she's watching through the lichen.
Lulu has not said anything yet. Actually, no, she would have. She would have been like, she would have been like, there'd be trouble upstairs, Chair.
Okay. Well, I will go upstairs. I can't tell on the map which way is. I think these are stairs.
Correct. Let's go down and take a look at you. Correct. Those are stairs.
Great.
These
So
are the ones that lead up, I think. Let me check. Yeah, these ones lead up. These ones lead down.
Great. I will do my. Let's see what I got. Great, and I will also dash. So there's 30, 35. And then I will dash up the steps.
Cool. So it's 10 feet up. Yeah, yeah, it's 10 feet up the steps.
Great.
So what's your total movement?
I have 35 speed, so it is 70.
Great. So it's
Just
50.
messing.
So it is 50 to get you up the steps. So you've got 20 more feet, or 20 more feet. 10 more feet. What
Cool.
was it? 35, you said. So yeah. So it's 50 to get all the way up, and you got 20 more feet.
Great. And
You come up to the top, take another 5. You got 15 more feet, and you can see everything on the main part of the deck.
gotcha. And these are crawling up the side, like on the ship.
Yeah, they're crawling up on the ship. They're like they have like their legs wrapped around banisters and their crazy shark hands like dug in, about to like crawl over the banisters.
Lovely. Well, I will move toward the banister and I will whack them with my fist.
Glorious. Go for
Hopefully.
the whack.
17.
A 17 does hit.
Great. I will do it again.
7 damage.
19 for 6 more damage.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Bap, bap.
Fantastic. 2 quick pops. Pop, pop, pop. Wonderful. Anything else
That's
from
it.
Ozo?
Oh
Right.
wait, no, I dashed. I just realized I dashed. I can't attack anything.
We were
Right.
just
Oh.
asking this.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. You did that.
Yeah. I no longer have dash as a bonus action.
Yeah, I was just.
And I also couldn't do it twice. Great.
That's a bummer.
I'm up and I'm in its face. I am fine being in its face. I can't attack. Oopsie whoopsie.
Great. All right, Captain Saltcrust. Good old Kevin. He will rush over to this side. He sees this guy. Actually, he's going to use his object interaction. He lashes the ship steady and rushes on over to the jaw crab. One hand on his longsword. Ooh, that's a powerful hit. And then he sees Lunine having like double stab this guy, so he takes aim with his hand crossbow. And successfully hits, and the Sahuagin like opens its mouth in a final like death scream as a bolt like smacks it right in the side of the head, and it releases and it falls back in the water. Splash.
If I can see Kevin, I just like turn and nod at him.
Yeah. He flashes a big, goofy, Furbolg smile. But of course! Next up, the jaw crabs all move on to the ship itself. This one is going to scuttle around and come up
the
on
other ones
this
were
side
shark
of
and
Trox.
crab. Is this a crab and shark?
No, these are jaw crabs.
Jaw crabs.
Jaw crabs.
Yeah. They're jaw crabs. Cool. Selenar, you would get an attack of opportunity if you want to use one. As it kind of side scuttles over to the other side of Trox.
Yeah, no reason not to, right?
Yeah, do it.
Just regular attack.
Yep.
Alright. I'll do this one with my dagger. Just because.
Okay. Click the little die. Ooh, a 19 will hit. Go ahead, roll dagger damage.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Stabbies.
Yeah, if you just click it, it'll do it. Yeah,
There it
nice. There might be a time delay. Wonderful. So,
Yes, for sure.
There it is, for sure.
so you stab, ching, the old thing. Andre, you're on deckish, but there's quite a few people before you.
Okay.
Because there's a lot. Like all the NPCs rolled like all the other NPCs rolled like 3, so they're just faster than
Then my natural one.
than your natural one. So the jaw crabs are all going to attack whoever's closest to them, which means this one, because you and the other 2 halflings are up in the air, scuttles over to attack Ozo with its friend. So yeah, the first one goes ahead with its shark head hands. That's a 14 to hit Ozo.
Does not hit.
Great. The other one reaches out for Ozo, and that's a miss. One of them goes after Renata. That's a 12.
boy.
That's a 12 to hit.
Okay. No. Wow. No, I'm good.
Great. One goes after the captain. Ooh, a 24 will hit the captain. So it grapples the captain. And Selenar, you can see that after it grapples the the thing, it like squeezes its jaws, the jaws of the thing, tighter, and you can see the captain instinctively attempts to reflexively tense his muscles to kind of resist it, and succeeds in doing so. So he does not take additional damage from the chomp down, which is nice.
Yeah.
And the last one is going to go after Trox, which is, I believe, a miss. Yes, it is. Great. The remaining Sahurgan jumps over, rushes over here, and goes to stab the sailor with a spear.
Betty.
Oh, no,
Yep.
not Betty.
Yep, Betty's getting stabbed. Betty avoids the spear, just barely. You think you hear it stabbing her, but then you just realize it was fabric ripping Renata, so her jacket got caught, but not her body.
Don't scare me like that, Betty.
He then reaches out and attempts to bite her, which does hit for 3 points of damage. So he gets a little nibble on Betty. The other one is dead and floating in the water. Let's see. So now our sailors get to act. So the first one, Betty over here, will attempt to scimitar the Swugin. Manages to succeed, doing 6 points of slashing damage. These two in the crow's nest fire crossbows at each of the jaw crabs. First one is a hit. Second one is a miss. So the first one takes 6 points of piercing damage from a crossbow. This individual, the tiefling over here, rushes over to attack the one that's gripping his captain with a scimitar. Hits for 2 slashing damage. And that is all the sailors. Next up, Fira needs to roll a death save.
Oh no.
Okay. Fira has rolled a death save. Andra, we are finally to
It's
you.
my turn?
Yep,
Cool.
we're finally to you.
Fira is above me, right?
Yeah, she's on the level above
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to switch to the proper cursor. I'm going to duck over here and look over the edge at the thing that fell.
Uh-huh.
Is it still moving? Is it coming back at us?
Oh yeah, it has just
it
fallen
moving?
in the water, but it does not appear dissuaded from its attack.
Cool. I am going to
It looks like it's getting
cast-
ready to swim and climb back up.
Cool. I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on it.
Ooh!
I missed it. What did you do?
I love it.
Oh god, I love that spell.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Ooh, 30 feet?
So if it laughs in the water, is it just a murloc?
So what does the spell do exactly?
The creature of your choice that you can see perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. If it fails on its wisdom saving throw, it falls prone, becomes incapacitated, unable to stand for the next minute.
Great.
On each of its turns, it can make another wisdom saving throw
At the end of its turn?
at the end of each of its turns.
Great.
At the end of a minute.
Cool. So it splashes in the water and its head pops up and it looks like it's going to start climbing again. And what does it look like when you cast this spell, by the way?
It looks a lot like some little bitty skeletons dancing the hornpipe.
So these skeletons start dancing around its head, and it looks at them confused, and then starts going and starts choking on the water.
Does it drown as a result of this? This sounds like a really interesting.
No, it's amphibious. It's fine. Jared is not.
It falls prone. I don't know what it means if you're falling prone in the water, but it can't be good.
It's just sinking into the water a little bit, but it's amphibious, so that's not really a problem for it. And is that concentration?
Yes.
Okay, great. You are concentrating on that bad boy.
Cool. I want to scamper up these stairs and snag Bowie from the ground.
Okay. Yeah. Bowie's there. You can object interaction, just pick it up. Okay.
And then duck back down the stairs and hide back in my corner.
As she bleeds out.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Fine.
Name in her book. It's the important part.
Corvus, back to the top with you.
Okay.
Selenar, you're on deck.
I don't know what to do about that. I believe I'd like to focus on the biggest threat, which would be the jaw crab that I shot at before.
Right,
How long can I feasibly hold this amazing pose that I'm doing before I'm...
You rolled a 23. You want to hold it for 3 minutes? You can hold it for 3 minutes.
That's awesome. I've been working on my core as well as my knots.
Yes, you lithe and limber. Your muscles will do whatever you need them to do. 23 absolutely hits. Go ahead, roll damage. You do get
with sneak attack.
Yep, so it's the full 8. So another arrow, thunk, right through the soft shell of the crab. Anything else?
I might. Everyone's pretty aware of where their enemies are, right? I might just shout it to Ozo as I have the vantage point that there's another one behind them if they haven't noticed.
Great. Yeah, that one missed, so maybe Ozo didn't notice.
It's too short.
Great. Selenar, we are to you. Renata, you're on deck-ish.
Thank you.
Does Selenar have clear line of sight of the dude flailing in the water from where I am right now?
Make a perception check, DC 14. To see him as more than a shape in the water.
A laughing shape.
It is slow. I can see it on his computer seconds.
Yeah,
before.
you can definitely see the creature with a 17.
Great. Then I hurl an ice knife at him.
Ooh, okay. Is that a saving throw?
It is a... Oh god, that's a lot of...
I think it's an attack roll.
It's an attack roll? Great. Nope, it's a saving throw.
Oh, I stand corrected.
So he's prone, so he's going to have disadvantage on this.
So it's
he's also
both an attack
he's
roll.
prone and incapacitated.
Oh, he's incapacitated as well?
He's incapacitated.
Ooh, that could
So the
change
the spell says you create a shard of ice and fling it at one creature within the range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, they take D10 piercing damage.
All right, so
regardless of if you hit or miss, the shard will then explode and do a bunch of AoE damage. That is a dexterity saving throw.
Great, so roll the attack roll. Just roll your spell attack. So it's a D20 plus whatever your spell attack is.
I think that's what the 8 was, unfortunately.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was the 8.
Oh.
Okay, so unfortunately, unfortunately an 8 does miss. But it explodes. Yeah, so it has to do the dex save at disadvantage. It fails, so it will take the 7 cold damage.
Right. That means it does get to make another wisdom saving throw because it took damage.
Oh, it does. Okay, great.
Apparently, it is not. It's not funny when you take damage.
What is your DC?
Me? Why do you ask hard questions like that? 14.
Okay, great. Selenar, you lean over and cast this ice knife. The angle of the water kind of throws off it, so you miss, but it does explode near enough, so it is still caught in the explosion as it is like sinking down. But that damage does like allow it to shake its head, and you can feel, Andra, that your spell is broken. Anything else from you, Selenar? Or are you good? Do you want to move or anything?
No, I think if I were to move anywhere, it would provoke an attack of opportunity, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna stay in this corner.
Great. Well, next up, unfortunately, is our friendly little smasher boy here.
He's the big one, right?
Who is no longer amused.
Yeah, he climbs back up the ship, and can get only. He can just actually, well, because it's climb, so he can only get to there. But he does see Andra, who he is not a fan of.
But I'm so funny.
He doesn't think so. So he growls at you, and like his sharp, pointy shark teeth are like very scary at you, and he's gonna swing his hammer at you twice. First up is a 24 to hit
No, definitely not.
for 10 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
The second attack is a because he has advantage because you lost your hit points. Is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay, so you go unconscious. So you are unconscious and
That is not-
prone.
That is not how I wanted
Damn.
it to go, obviously.
No.
But wonderful. Renata, we are over to you. Lunine, you're on deckish, followed by Ozo.
All right. I hope this pays off, but I will cast the cure on Vera.
Wonderful.
The cure. You.
The cure of wounds.
The cure of wounds.
What day is it? Is it
Uh,
Monday? Did you fall apart?
Tuesday.
Did you break your hand?
You
ooh,
cast the cure.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 1, so 4
Four.
hit points to Vera.
She didn't like the cure.
Which is
Not
good.
she- Not
Because-
everyone's a fan.
Which is good, because she had failed her first death save, so that's great. Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm now unconscious on her spell book.
Yep.
Right that she needs. Great job.
Anything else, Renata?
That is all I can do. So from the deck, hold on, let me see. I see. I will.
Yeah, you
Give
can see
Ozo-
Corvus. You can see Corvus hanging upside down, shooting the bow.
Yeah. I will give
I will-
Ozo here a bardic inspiration,
Wonderful.
and that would be the end of my turn.
How do you inspire them?
I hit the first note from the song "The Black Parade" on my guitar, and see that like
The song that you wrote today
The song
on the boat.
that I wrote. Yep.
That's right.
Hanging out with all these goth kids, just I don't know,
Why not?
it's giving me inspiration.
Sailor.
The Black
The
Regatta.
Black Parade. Oh,
The Black Regatta.
There you go.
There we go. Wonderful. Okay, we go next to Trox. Trox is going to attempt to take out this here jaw crab. 1, 2. Misses with the first attack. Succeeds on the second. For 10 slashing damage. Boom. Lunine, go over to you.
Captain, my captain. I'm gonna run over to the captain and just like jump and stab at the shark mouth that's grappling him.
Cool. You can move right next to him here if you want. There you go. Now you can make
There
the
you go.
attack.
Now I attack.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, 13 on the first.
13
30,
unfortunately bounces off the hard shell, but your second one finds the soft spot and digs in deep for 9 damage. Wonderful. Boom. Fantastic. Yeah, that crab's looking rough. Hopping over to Ozo. You got some friends
Great.
around you.
It's true. I forget. Has either been hit?
Yes, they've both been hit by something.
Okay, great.
But I say I've
I
been
will just-
focusing on the bottom one, but
Okay, great. No, yeah, I will share focus. That's what I was trying to remember. I punch, punchy to punch, punchy to punch.
Cool.
No punch.
All right, yeah, that's a miss.
oh,
Try to punch
swing and a
again.
They do that crab thing where like you think they're here and then all of a sudden they're down here.
Yeah, there you go. It's a 16.
16 will hit. Which one are you hitting? The one below you?
Yeah.
Great. For 5 points of fist damage. Boom.
Great. Good talk. Good talk. And I will move right here. I'm not leaving any of their spaces,
Correct.
but I would like to not be between them.
Fair enough.
Reasonable.
The captain is going
It's a
to...
reverse crab sandwich.
Yeah. So it's like... I'm going to say it's gripping onto his hand that has the crossbow. So he's going to make a swing with his longsword at this here crab. Unfortunately, he's got a bad angle and it bounces off the shell. So he's going to try to fire at disadvantage with the hand crossbow to shoot it in the eye. And it twing off the top of the shell. And he's like, these things, they are tougher than they look, huh? Then we have our jaw crab friends. The one with the captain is going to reach out a jaw shark head toward the other shark head towards Lunine. That's a natural 20.
One of these natural 20s, Jared, I swear.
I roll so many because I roll so many dice. That's the only reason.
Uh-huh.
They just always land on us.
exactly.
Right.
Well, who else would I roll on? So it's 6 piercing damage. And you feel the jaws like clamp down harder once they've grappled you. So I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Not my strong suit. 5.
Okay, the captain knows what's coming and like flexes his muscles and like is able to fight back. However, you, Lunine, feel it dig in deeper, and you take an additional 1 point of piercing damage.
That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
And you are grappled by the creature. Next, against Trox, Sharkhead misses against Trox. Our friends here skitter in to better attack Ozo. 13 misses, I believe. Or does a 13 hit Ozo?
Yes. 13 misses. I have a 16.
You have a 16. Great. Oh, I have the wrong armor class for you. There we
Now
go.
he's gonna try harder.
Cool. And
We've been
then
warned.
the last crab is going to attempt Betty, or attempt Renata again, rather, because you heard it with a spell. That is an 18 to hit Renata.
I just casted the cure wound on.
Yeah,
Fira.
but you hit,
Heard it.
but you hit it with Thunderwave earlier, or Thunderstruck.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. I know. Yeah, that hits.
For 9 piercing damage, and you are grappled. It's going to use its bonus action and squeeze down on you with its jaw hands. So go ahead, make a strength saving throw. Oh, that is a success. You're able to flex your muscle and resist the squeeze.
Renata's not a strong person, so like, just imagine like this little tiny muscle just pops out.
It's more like a
Doesn't
panic
matter.
reaction, like it grabs you and you're like, ah, ah, ah. And so your muscles just tighten.
It hits bone, and it's like, ooh.
Next, our Sahugin friend, Andra, you're on deck-ish, kind of, sort of, is going to attempt to spear Betty again.
Come on, Betty. Dodge and weave.
Oh, he's got advantage, so that is a hit. Betty goes down.
Damn it.
No, Betty.
He then turns and snaps his jaws towards Renata. That is a 14 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
for 5 piercing damage. Next, we have our sailor friends. Poor Betty here needs to make a death saving throw.
Poor Betty. Alas, poor Betty.
Okay.
I knew her well.
All right. The other two up in the rigging are going to fire at the jaw crabs with their crossbows again because they seem to be having a good time with that. The first one hits for 4 damage. Nice. Our friend, our tiefling back here with the captain is going to try to scimitar that last one. Oh, and succeeds and manages to kill, driving his scimitar, or her scimitar, right through the eyes of the crab, of the jaw crab. So Lunine and Kevin are no longer grappled.
Yay!
As the shark jaws release. Fira kind of stands up, kind of sees Renata's in a bit of a predicle, and you see that Bowie automatically raises back up like to her level and is like floating in the air beside her over the railing from your unconscious form, Andra. And she looks at this shark person and says, "Not today, fucker." And a burst of arcane energy washes towards the creature, but it resists. It like digs its clawed feet into the ground, managing to withhold to withhold against the wave of arcane energy. Andra, go ahead, roll me a private d20, and what do you see in this flashback of your life?
The skeleton's trying to dance the hornpipe and laughing at her.
Okay, great.
Oh no. What a turn of events that was.
Yeah, Corvus, back to you up top.
I think at this point, I maybe have had time to like look around the battlefield, as it were, and I think I've just shout out a couple of hopeful, helpful things, like up at the top, you know, that like Andra went down, and that, you know, the bard is surrounded. Looks like the bottom of the ship's doing okay. And I'm going to turn to Ozone and try to put one final arrow in that crab.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, this one, ting, right off the crab. And the arrow goes off wide. Anything
I'm
else,
gonna regret
Corvus?
this later. I mean, I'm just going to throw a dagger at it. Maybe it's only got a point or two of HP left.
Okay. You draw and throw your dagger as a bonus action. 25 hits.
There you go.
Oh, I've got to do it this way, sorry.
Yeah, it's just the D4.
Attack, though, right?
Actually, you do get sneak attack, though. So that is 8 points of damage, which is exactly how much health the crab had.
Get out.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna need that
the
back, I say to Ozo.
the arrow, bung, off the crab, but you like draw your dagger and throw it, and it goes right in the soft face of the crab, and down it goes. Over to Selinar. Renata, you're on deck-ish.
Thank you.
Oh, I think you're muted, Jeff.
I believe I unmuted myself.
Yep,
Can
you're
you
good
You
now.
did.
Okay, I move here. I'm going to dagger the crab that is in front of me.
Dagger away.
Actions.
Renata moves out, draws his dagger, stabs
Nope.
downwards.
Selinar, not Renata.
Not with a
Yep.
5, unfortunately. Sorry, Selinar.
They all look
Jesus
the same.
Christ. Fucking elves, man.
Does he
Then
look like a
bonus
Renata
action,
and I
I
look like a
will-
Selinar?
It's just my dyslexia because your name
Just
starts with
healing
R, with an R, and his ends with an R. So it's like,
Hmm.
you got a
This
bonus
healing
action.
word is for Andra. Yeah.
Is she in range? 60 feet?
60
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think
Yeah.
the boat's only like 70 feet.
It's 100 feet. But yeah, she's
Yeah,
in
that's
range.
why I moved.
Oh,
Thank you.
Great. So Renata, you get 6 points of healing damage and are only
Thank you.
prone on the ground. Or Andra.
Uh,
God, my brain. There's a lot of moving parts. Shut up.
as the square flies, it says 80 feet for the boat.
Endra
Yeah.
both begins and ends with an A, so
Yeah, it's all messy. Cool. Great. Well, this ship is smaller for its size. That's all. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
this
not
is
the scale. Is that what you mean?
this is a small but fast ship. So like if you look at the stats of like a sailing ship in a vehicle up on like D&D Beyond, it will tell you it's 100 by 20. This is a smaller built ship, but it's very special.
Yeah, no, it's also just good to
it's
know.
bigger
that
on the
for it, 'cause
inside.
it's literally the max of my range. I could possibly shoot an arrow from the tip to the end.
Nice. We are up next to our smashy friend. He's gonna make a. Oh, he's got a high passive perception, so he notices Andra is awake again.
Dang it!
Well,
Down you go.
well, no, I'm gonna make him roll for it because he is smashed her down and is now looking around. With an 8, he doesn't notice Andra.
Sweet the legs.
So he's
yeah,
instead.
he's gonna come up to me now.
No, he beelines over to Ozo.
Is that an opportunity attack if you're prone, though? I think so.
Yeah, if Andra wants to take an opportunity attack,
But you have to do it has to be melee, though, doesn't it?
it
It
does
does have to be melee. I do have a dagger.
Then he would notice you for sure. You could just
Yeah.
lie low.
Okay.
Sorry, that might have been a bad advice.
It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep my reaction and
Okay, great.
play dead.
So he swings his hammer twice at Ozo then.
Mhm.
The first attack is a 22 to hit
Mhm.
for 8
Okay.
bludgeoning damage. And then his Blood Frenzy kicks in. That's a 17 with the second attack
That just hits.
for 5 damage.
Great.
Renata, we go over to you. Lunine, you're on deck-ish, followed by Ozo.
I want to try something here. Something I have called Fey Presence.
Okay.
I'll throw it up on the chat there.
It doesn't really tell us anything.
There we go.
There it
Yeah.
is. So basically, it's 10-foot cube. Wisdom saving throw against a relaxed spell save DC.
Great.
Hmm.
Wonderful.
Because
Cool.
it is just says creature, so it's not like more specific like humanoid or anything. So
Yep. Nope.
So I'll
10
shape
foot
it to
cube.
target the 2 in front of me.
Yeah. Well, we'll also target Fira and Andra.
You can choose.
Oh no, you
Originating
choose.
from you.
You choose. Yeah.
Yeah, so just the 2. I know it'll catch Betty, but she's down. And
No, it's not a you choose. It's each creature.
Right, and a cube,
Oh, you
okay.
cube
choose
originating
charmed or
from
frightened.
I see. So yeah.
Yeah.
I choose the
the
2
cube
creatures.
originating from him though, so isn't that in a direction?
I mean, he
It's a
can.
direction.
He
You
can.
choose
He can pick a
under
direction.
charm. You don't choose which creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would essentially get one of them unless he includes himself in it, but you would be immune to your own thing. So there.
But yes. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw DC 13.
All right. Jaw crabs, not
More.
particularly wise. Sahugan. Both fail. They are charmed by your
Yes.
beneficence.
Or frightened.
Or frightened.
Or frightened. Your choice.
Yeah, he's scary.
Remind me again. Being charmed means
Charmed?
like they'll just stand still until I tell them to do something, or they'll
No, it just means that
ignore me and attack.
it just means they can't attack you.
Gotcha.
Whereas
In that case,
whereas-
I'll have them.
whereas frightened is they have disadvantage on all attacks as long as they can see you. And they can't
they can't
move
move closer.
towards you.
No, they can move closer anyway because they're touching you.
Oh, okay. So if they're frightened, they can still attack me, but just at disadvantage.
Correct.
Got it. If they're charmed, they can attack me, but
They can attack
they'll
anyone else.
Attack Fira. Yeah, got it. Just to save my own skin, they are charmed
Okay.
by me. They think I'm radiant and beautiful.
Cool.
Um,
And that's till the end of your next turn. Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So they've got a lovely bit of charm on them. Let's see. What's a good charm look?
Is there like a musical note, perhaps, that can like?
Is there a musical note? Let me see.
Yeah, is that an option?
I don't see a musical note,
No, late.
but I see this lovely heart that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this heart.
Yeah.
You're charmed. There you go. Cool. Wonderful. Next up, we got Trox. Trox. He's going to try to end this damn crab. He misses with the first attack, and the captain now looks over and says, "Try it again, Trox! Get into it!" Allowing him to retry that attack, which is a natural 20
Yay!
for 9 damage. Second attack is a hit with a 23, successfully killing the jaw crab. Trox then moves 30 feet down the deck. Lunine, we go to you.
All right. Lunine will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stab the crab.
Yeah, go for it.
Stab the crab! Stab the crab!
16.
That is correct,
13.
Ozo. 16 will hit, the 13 will not. For 8 damage as you stab the crab.
Stab the crab.
Wonderful. Ozo, we go to you.
8. Guess what? Attacks the crab again.
Stab the crab.
I'm gonna punch it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you
that's
are.
20.
Yeah, that hits.
Great. I'm gonna do it again. And I'm gonna use a key point to do flurry of blows.
15 just
Ooh,
hits.
just 15. Excellent. And I'm gonna do it again. There's my flurry. 18.
You bash this crab into lump crab meat.
Woot woot.
Great. That one made me annoyed. I will
Wonderful.
turn to his friend and say, "Good afternoon."
Today you die. Oh wait, no, there's no more crabs.
No, there's still one
There's
more
a
crab.
toboggan.
Yeah, all the way up here.
Oh, I see.
The
But it's
captain.
charmed.
The captain rushes down after Trox, and will then just fire once with his hand crossbow, because that's what he can do. Chow! Successfully hitting the smashy boy with the hammer. Alright, next up, we have but one crab remaining, who releases the lovely Renata. Because he don't want to hurt the Renata.
He's so pretty.
But he
Where's his friend?
but he scuttles
Not a friend.
he scuttles on by and finds this lovely Fira person. And Sharkhead. Natural 20.
Jesus,
Fira
Come on, Jared.
that could have been you.
could have
Or it
been
could
you.
have been a disadvantage.
Also, right.
Fira goes right back down. So our Sahuagin shark friend also leaves Renata's threatened space.
Opportunity attacks, anyone?
They will be
What are those?
uncharmed.
Oh yeah. Well, what about the other sailor though?
She's
She's,
dead.
she's
Yeah,
unconscious.
Yeah, Eddie's down.
Oh yeah.
They're both
Sorry,
unconscious.
Betty. I forgot about Betty.
Yeah, Betty's down. So
Speaking of, what have
she-
the two halflings in my net been doing this whole time? Just like gawking?
No, they've been firing their crossbows at the
Oh,
jaw
that's
crabs.
right.
They were helping you take
Okay.
it out.
Good.
Don't hate on them.
No, I just didn't know if they were like, we're safe up here. I guess we're gonna
Get-
stay. I lost track of people's names.
Gam and Pag have been helping you out this whole time.
Cam and Pag, that's right. Thank you. I'm getting tired too. It is almost 3.
Yeah, understood. So this Sahuagin comes rushing towards Lunine. Have you taken damage, Lunine?
Yes.
Okay, great. So
Okay, great.
a spear thrust towards you. That is a 9 to hit.
Misses.
And then he reaches towards you with his massive jaws for an 11 to hit.
Misses.
All right, that is his turn. The sailors up in the rigging, Gam and Pag, they're going to fire away at the Sahuagin. Gam at the regular one, which is a miss, and then Pag at the one who's got the hammer, which is a successful hit for 4 piercing damage. Ting! Fira is going to roll a death saving throw. And Andra, we are over to you.
Cool.
Corvus, you're on deck.
Andra is going to stand up and cast mage armor on herself.
Great.
Raising my armor class ever so slightly.
Wonderful.
No, really. I mean it. There we go. That's pretty much all she can do, I think.
You do have half your movement if you want to move out of that corner.
But then I will be attacked by that crab. So,
Who's to say?
I don't have an action, so no,
Well-
I'm just gonna stay there.
Well, the crab is up on the upper deck and you're on the lower deck, so like it can't attack you through the railing and everything. So
All right. Well, in that case, I'll take a step over here. Take a step away from
Okay,
the
great.
stairs there, but I want to stay in this somewhat shielded area.
Sure. Corvus.
Is
Is
that
there
really
something
hurt?
below me?
the Sahugin is directly below you.
Okay.
The mean
Chip
one.
was like, I can't see you, and I was like, well, I can't see that thing.
We can't see you anymore. So
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Is it within reach?
It's a 2D
Oh,
thing. It doesn't have 3D yet.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, you're 20
that.
you're 20 feet in the air, so you can ting right in the top of its head.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, go for it. Make your attack.
Maybe one day we'll have 3D.
Could be.
I've got a. Never mind. I was gonna.
dude,
make
wouldn't it be cool
a
if
dice
everything in
joke.
life was 3D?
Does a 25 hit?
Absolutely, it does. Go ahead, roll damage.
Does a 15 damage hit?
It does, and what does it look like when you fucking assassinate this fucker?
I think I pull back a little bit extra hard, turn my head sideways, and then I do the silver Olympic medalist thing, where I just sort of like casually let it go. I was trying to make a reference to the guy, I forgot his name.
Right into the top of the skull,
And as it goes in, oh, I lost another arrow.
yeah, it like goes through the skull, straight down the gelatinous cartilaginous body, and is like just buried in there. So he is dead on the ground.
Nice. Now everyone can see Corvus again.
Yep. Bonk. Dead on the ground. Selenar, we go then to you.
Are the two sailors on the deck, or are they above?
They're above. They're up in the rigging with Corvus.
Okay, so I can move to that square.
Yep.
I don't know how to tag the map, but I can move to this square here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
if
I
you just
will
hold a click on a spot, it'll ping it.
hold and click. Oh, interesting. All right. Cool. This lady is still done.
Yeah, you definitely saw her go down and scream as the jaw crab bit her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna healing word her first.
Great.
So she will stop dying.
Perhaps.
Ooh, nice.
And then I will wild shape into a wolf
Fantastic.
and bound down the stairs into this square.
Wonderful. You are now a wolf.
Woof woof.
You should send me a list
That is
of creatures that you are most likely to turn into so I can make your token do that. Wonderful.
I will do so before next game.
Yeah, no like hard line, just Renata, we're over to you. Lunine on deckish.
So I'm sorry. Fira is still down.
No, she's down, but she's alive.
She is prone on the ground, but you see her eyes flicker as you saw Selenar cast a spell.
Yes. Okay.
and
I'm sorry about that. I'm going to step up to here and stabilize Betty.
Okay, go ahead. Make a medicine check. DC 10.
Yeah.
Betty is no longer making death saves. You staunch the blood flow.
Good.
Awesome.
Just shoved his guitar.
Great.
That's how medicine works.
Medicine check this.
We go to Trox. Trox rushes past all of this, figuring that the wolf and everybody can take care of that stuff. So he rushes up to that last crab. Swings once. He misses. It bounces off, and you hear Kevin shout again, "Trox, put your damn back into it!" So he re-rolls for a dirty 20
Ooh.
for 7 damage, and swings his second attack with a 21 for another 4 damage. This crab is looking pretty bad. Lunine, we are over to you. Oh, and I guess the charm effect fades as well.
Oh, I have been faded. Yeah.
At the end of Renata's turn.
The fish man in front of me.
Yeah, do it.
14.
14 hits.
In 18.
Both hit. Roll damage.
7 and 10.
Fantastic. 2 solid hits. He like wavers on his feet. Looks like he's in bad shape. Ozo.
Well, here's looking at you, kid. Punch.
Do it.
23.
Nice.
What does it look like when you smash this Sahugan over the side with a mighty punch?
Well, I would like to use their momentum against them and essentially just like slam them into, like, assuming they've been stabbed twice, they're like falling around, and then I just maybe I punch them in such a way that they spin and slam into the railing.
Yeah, they bend over as Lunine double stabs them. And you use that when they get down low to really sock them on the side of the jaw, and you hear a crack as their sharky jaw breaks, and their head spins around, and they go foo and flop over the side. Very much dead.
Nice.
Anything else?
Well, I guess there's still one up there. I'll walk up to the crabby thing.
Yeah, you can get up to here, I think, with your speed.
Yeah. Yeah. But I go high. And then I will punch this one.
Cool. Bonus
I've got
action.
another punch.
I'm going to use my 6d6.
Okay.
Or my it's not 6 of them, but I have that d6.
Yep.
Oh man, it only became a 14.
A 14, unfortunately, just misses.
Dang it.
Darn.
So,
I'm a new target.
yeah.
Fight me.
So the captain rushes up and takes aim with his little hand crossbow at the crab, but it bounces off. There's too much in the way. The crab is going to attempt to snap Trox because Trox heard it. Sharkhead! Natural 20.
Darn.
This is the first damage that Trox has taken. And he makes a saving throw as a bonus action. Succeeds. No additional damage on Trox. Sahugans are all dead. The sailors, the two in the rigging, are going to fire crossbows. Twang, twang. Second one hits for 2 damage on the last crab. This guy comes over, pulls out his light crossbow, aims across over Trox's shoulder, fires for a natural 20 right between the eyes, killing
Finally.
the jaw crab, thus ending the threat. I think the only people who went down have either been healed or stabilized.
Yes.
I think that's true.
So we will end there for this evening with you all having successfully repelled another attack on the moss-eaten mold, and we'll pick up
Yay.
there next week here on Nuuli Forged.
No crabs here tonight.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Good job, y'all. Well
Victory
done.
Scotch.
Alright.
The sounds of
Let's
victory.
let's hop around, say our goodbyes, and I'll figure out who we're going to raid. Let's start at the bottom of the ladder with Selenar.
Hey, thanks for watching. It is time to sleep here in Edinburgh.
Yes, I am
I bet.
convinced that is true. Fantastic. Next up, we got Renata.
Hello, I've been Renata, not Selenar. And thanks for watching.
You.
Catch us next week.
Thanks. Ozo.
Hello. I have been Ozo.
Wonderful. Lunine.
Oh, Mike. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm sorry, I'm like so tired today.
We're all so sleepy.
It's all good.
Ah,
Then we
I've
got
4 hours driving
Corvus.
today, and it just like wiped me out.
This has been Matt playing Corvus, and it is also time to sleep in Edinburgh with
our
Jeff.
2 Scottish boys.
Ooh.
And of course, Andra.
Oh, hey, that's me. I have been Andra. If you're just tuning in and have missed our first couple of episodes, there's not too much to catch up on, but they're on YouTube. And you can also follow us on various social media things so you don't miss another episode. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Wonderful. And I have been Jared, your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Thank you for being here. I've got it, best mod in town. Thank you, Silver Sora. Saw you hanging out. Thank you very much for your night. Hop in this raid over to Captain Robert. Let them know that they have been newly rated. And we will see you all on the 20th of August, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. here on Nuuli Forged. Thank you all so much. And be kind, be safe, and eat something healthy and tasty. And bring me back a sausage roll. Goodbye, everybody.
The world's
Bye.
smushed to sausage.